6 and 11.
I am so very glad to welcome our next guest to the show. This is Dwayne Madden and his dog Charlie, and together they have the Hemp House over in Ringgold, or Eastridge rather. Good to see you this morning.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
I've been waiting a long time.
Yep. We've been chasing Channel 3 for a while now, so glad to finally make it on the show.
Okay,
very excited.
I'm probably in a good camp to be talking to you, Dwayne, because I'm still learning about what this new vocabulary actually is, and I was probably in the camp early on of kind of being uncomfortable with the idea.
Sure.
So educate me a little bit. At the Hemp House, you have CBD products as well as hemp products. Is it two different things?
It's CBD derived from hemp, so that's what makes our products legal in Tennessee, is that our CBD comes from hemp that is grown legally. We take it a step further and we only source our products from the state of Tennessee, so ours are only coming from everything that's 100% legal in our state. That also allows us to work directly with our local Tennessee farmers. It allows us to build relationships and be able to, just help give back to our local community and keep up with what's going on around us.
Okay, both here on our air as well as in your store. When people come in to shop, you don't promise them anything.
No, absolutely not. And CBD is not a cure-all for everyone. And that's kind of some of the misconceptions that have been out there, is that, I'll take CBD oil and it'll fix everything. And that's not how it works, It's a natural anti-inflammatory, so it helps reduce inflammation, very much like some of the over-the-counter medications we've been used to taking for years. It has a very calming and relaxing effect, so great for anxiety, things like that. Some of our customers use our topicals and report back great relief from arthritis, eczema, skin issues. But then we also hear those claims from people that, hey, it just didn't work for us. And that's okay. It's not going to work for everybody. It's not going to harm you to give it a shot and try it out. But there's no guarantees that it's 100% going to work for you.
Okay, my brain's jumping in all different directions.
Sure.
You mentioned the topicals and you mentioned eczema.
Yes.
Does that mean that it could also be good for acne?
Sure, absolutely. My little brother he just turned 16, but when he was 14, he had asked me, he said, hey brother, can I try some of that stuff for my face? And sure, we sent him some creams down there and he rubbed them on and he got great results. We have some local products that are made specifically for acne. They're from a local farm called Ashanti's Hemp, and we're happy to help anybody out with any questions they may have about any of our products.
You keep mentioning this word local. That's a key part of your business, is to utilize other local businesses.
100%. I feel like the network that we build with each other is kind of how we carry ourselves throughout the business and the industry. We've all got to stick together, and if I'm going to stick with somebody, I'd rather it be somebody I know and somebody that I'm working with closely. And we all, we do fundraisers, we do charitable stuff. We all work together to create events around us to help our community, and that's probably the most exciting part about what we're able to do.
It's hard to think on this August day that fall will get here, but eventually it will, and when it does, allergy season rolls right along with it. You've got a honey that people swear by.
We are very, very excited about this local Tennessee honey. We have been waiting on our farmers to put this out. We've got a couple of them that work directly with the bee farms, so we were very excited when they came out with this, and we're fixing to add a bunch of 3 or 4 different flavors to the arsenal. So if you want something different than just regular honey, maybe you want a tangerine or some ginger, we've got those flavors coming as well. So.
Okay, you brought Charlie, not just because he's a cute mascot, but he's also a good representation of another clientele you serve, and that's pets.
Absolutely. A lot of our customers come in specifically for their pet needs, and pets work the same as us. They get anxiety. A lot of people pets have separation anxiety when you head off to work. Maybe they're having anxiety when you're staying home from work too much. Or like Charlie here, maybe you've just got a few years behind you and you've got some arthritis in your hips. And so these treats, peanut butter, the honey as well goes for people and for animals. And then we have pet drops. And Charlie has a nice little routine that we work with every morning. He gets a bone first thing, and then we do a drop of oil. And I see a significant difference in his, just overall wellness. He's playing with toys, jumping around when he comes in the store, and he's pushing 14.
Right.
And so on the weekends, sometimes we slack up on it, and I can kind of see on Sunday he's a little sluggish, and his mobility's kind of slugging down, and it, obviously reminds me we haven't been doing our CBD like we're supposed to on the weekends.
And the anxiety issue is a good point too, because a lot of kids are heading back to school. The household might be thinning out, and they're going to not be used to that.
Yep. They've had kids all summer. They've had parents all summer. They just got used to that, and now everybody's headed back to work and back to school. So they probably are really confused as to what's going on.
Okay, but the peanut butter that you mentioned, that is specific for dogs. That's not a human.
We have human peanut butter as well. I just brought that one to kind of shine in on the pet product.
And so what's in it? Is it hemp or is it CBD?
So it is going to be, it's just your natural peanut butter, and then they infuse it with CBD to help with get the calming effects or the anti-inflammatory effects.
Okay, so do you need to be careful, Dwayne, if you're starting off, because it's kind of trial and error, right?
It is right now. We've been open for almost 3 years, so we can definitely help you with a good base recommendation. But it is trial and error. So we give out a card, and we recommend for all of our customers to start around 5 milligrams when they're ingesting CBD, and then build up from there. And that's usually been a really great starting point.
Is it important that they tell you about any medications they might be taking? Can things interact?
Absolutely. At all 3 of our locations, we have medication lists sitting right there by the register. We consult with doctors in a couple of clinics here in Chattanooga that support us, and we try to stay on top of those things. So we definitely have that information, and if you are taking multiple medications, it is something that we would like to discuss.
I'm really glad that you went ahead and mentioned all 3 locations, because I off the bat talked about the one down on Ringgold Road, but where are the others?
So we've got one right over in North Chattanooga on Tremont Street next door to Aretha Frankenstein's, and then our most recent is in Ottawa, right in the Food City parking lot, right off exit 11. So stop by any 3 locations, and we're happy to help you out.
Okay, we've hit a lot of the things on the table, but we haven't talked about these boxes down here, and this is kind of your bread and butter.
That's what most everybody's heard the most about, hemp oil, the sublingual drops, and we have multiple strengths, different sizes. We have a lot of different options to fit your individual needs. So if you're just, hey, I just want to try it out, maybe for a week or 2 to see if it works, or I don't want to invest a lot of money in it, we have a lot of options to help you out.
And before I let you run, are there age restrictions? I mean, should you be careful about using this on how old?
Sure,
can
absolutely.
You be?
So you're going to need to be 18 to purchase in our store, but we are a family store. We have multiple families in the Chattanooga area that are coming in that are using CBD products with their children. Obviously, we're not going to sell it to them, and they know that, but they come in and they have actually given us stories and feedback about how they've been able to reduce or keep from going on some other medications, and their children are performing a little bit better in school. So again, not going to work for everybody, but it's not, we always recommend consulting with your doctor, be honest with your physicians, and let them know what you're interested in trying. But yes, we've got plenty of studies that prove CBD is safe for all ages.
All right, here's where you'll find them then, all 3 locations, as you heard Dwayne mention, out there in Ottawa, on the North Shore, and on Ringgold Road in East Ridge. Simply go to their website to learn more, and I think Charlie might hang out for a while and take a nap.
He had his CBD this morning.
We're back in a minute.
Total Concept special order sale customers. Always Chattanooga's happiest furniture shopper.